Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the incubator booth at PAS 2026, and we are joined by Bridget Young. Correct?
Yes,
Bridget,
happy to be here.
welcome to the podcast. I've been trying to do some techie stuff in the background, and Daphna kept saying how excited she was to have you in the booth.
I know.
So I'm gonna let you take it away.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well, you are actually going to be closing out our first day. It's been a great first day. We've learned a lot. Some of these episodes are coming out on Saturday, which is the second day.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to give our poor editor a way to keep up with us. We've been recording all day, and there's people in the background who are trying to keep up with our frantic work. I wish I could turn the camera to Isla, who's also trying to keep up
That's
with our
right.
insanity, but yeah.
So I'm really, when you popped up on our schedule weeks ago, I was just thrilled. So you're going to talk to us about optimizing the use of mother's own freeze-dried breast milk for fortification of human milk feeds, making strides towards accuracy and reliability. So you will present this on Saturday,
Yes.
if depending on when this podcast is coming out, at around 11 in the Breastfeeding and Human Milk 1. There's subsequent human milk session for people whose interest is piqued, and they can take a look there. But for people who can't get to your session, tell us how this is going. This is a
Yeah.
work in progress, but
Mhm.
potentially progressing to something very exciting.
Yeah, we're really excited. So I'm coming to you from the University of Rochester, and these represent our efforts in lactoengineering in our NICU. So I think you guys have probably observed using freeze-dried mother's own milk in the wild. This happens occasionally post-discharge, maybe without telling a doctor. There's companies that will freeze dry milk and even give you a recipe. But nobody has.
People are doing it.
People are doing this, yes. Nobody has done this with mother's own milk in an inpatient NICU clinical setting. We all want to optimize how much mother's own milk babies get. That's one of our key priorities. But a huge issue is that milk is super variable. It's supposed to be that way. So when you freeze dry it, you've got a huge range in macronutrient content, which makes accuracy a huge issue. And, if the baby's very young, that's a huge concern. A second issue is protein needs are really high for extremely premature infants. And there have already been studies using freeze dried donor milk with infants that have expressly stated the protein to energy ratio is not enough to do this in very premature infants. So our interest was piqued for mothers who have an excess supply, which can actually be quite a few moms when intake is so low and the baby is so tiny.
Especially early on.
Really early on, exactly. So we had this idea of what if we use skim milk as the fortifier? So you're getting less fat, but you're really going to get a concentration of protein. And this,
And you said skimmed milk,
yep, skimmed mom's own
not
breast skim milk. Yeah.
that you buy at the
Thank you
store.
for clarifying. Yeah.
Making sure
You
we're
make
all
it a
saying the
similar
same
way.
thing.
Make a Costco run for the NICU.
That's right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So, yes, this what we're presenting is a preclinical study
Yeah.
where I can cut to the punchline is we had to validate a way to do this, incorporating macronutrient analysis. So we use a Mirrors in our unit, and we measured mom's own milk before we freeze dry it, mom's own milk, either skim or whole after
With
freeze
the
drying.
mirrors, you're measuring the calorie content and the composition of the mother's
Yes.
milk.
Yeah, all the macronutrients. You get fat, protein, carb, and then, of course, calories. So we're really presenting our internally validated approach. And then we took 30 different pools of preemie human milk with a really wide range and starting macronutrient content and applied our approach to simulate a 28 kcal per ounce feed. And our goal was to say, can we actually hit it consistently?
Mm.
Low fat milk, high fat milk coming in. Can you hit a consistent 28 kcals? And if you can, is the protein different? And the punchline is, yeah, we can. We can do both. We can consistently hit a target. And as expected, when you use the skim milk, you get a much higher protein content. And you're actually able to match the protein content of a commercial product, like
Wow.
human milk fortified with a bovine fortifier or a prolactor ready to feed.
Wow, incredible.
Mhm.
Other than the obvious of needing fresh mom's milk, what are the other obstacles?
That's a huge one. I'll hit that really quick because I would invite people to come. We have a sister poster where this whole started initially because we are making mother's own milk cream.
I love it.
I know, just like whipping cream you buy at the store, but with breast milk.
I just said to somebody,
Yeah.
that's what we need is to take mom's milk and do what
This
you're
is
doing.
lactoengineering. Yes. So that's where we got most of our skim milk. Is we do have a clinical study going on, and we have the skim milk, which we return to patients at discharge. And lots of the families were like, "Oh, we don't know what we're going to do with this. Can you do research with it?" And I said, "Yes, I can." Yeah, so doesn't solve. This is obviously only potentially applicable for families with extra milk, which is hardly everybody. So we need better solutions.
Yes, and I have found that once we start fortifying milk, I would say this with caution. Sometimes parents say, "Well, my baby's already getting other stuff other than my milk, so maybe I don't need." I don't know what the psychological impact benefit potentially of seeing your baby get all of the
Yeah.
goodies from your milk.
You know, we're doing a study with cream right now, so I don't have the statistics, but I can tell you from speaking with the moms, they find it so empowering.
So
They are
cool.
so thrilled to hear that we're able to stretch their milk longer and boost the calories with just her cream. I mean, it's really heartening.
And
Yeah.
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 Can you tell me in the process how much milk do you need to make freeze dried product? Like, what
Oh,
is
great question. Mhm. I'm trying to do the math back in my head. If you're fortifying with whole milk, which you could do for a later term baby or even a term infant who is having growth issues, you get like an 85% calorie recovery. So if you wanted to add 2 kcals, you would need as much milk as 2 kcals times 0.85. With the skim, it's much lower because
Makes sense.
you're making the skim and you're losing the fat, and that's around 65% recovery of calories, which are mostly coming from protein. So you need a lot of milk. Yeah. Mhm.
And my last question, logistically, like, what are the costs associated with it? You need machinery.
Yep.
You need some expertise.
Mhm.
You need time.
Yeah.
You always need time.
You always need time.
Yeah.
We all need more time. The cream is far more it is less cost efficient. Skimming milk is easy, right? Like we've literally been doing this with cow's milk for as long as we can
You say that,
remember.
but I
Yeah.
never skimmed
Oh,
any
you just
milk,
centrifuge it.
so
Let me
yeah.
tell you, 3000 G centrifuge it. If you have a milk lab that's skimming milk for calothorax, same protocol. So then you take the skim. There's commercial companies that specialize in breast milk you can send it to, or you can get your own freeze dryer. There's
And you just bake it
NICUs.
off there.
There's protocols for milk, bovine or
Just
human.
wait.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And
I
then
will be cooking in the milk rooms.
I love this. Yeah. Let's get it going. Safety is the number one concern.
course.
Yeah. So you gotta have a clean space. You gotta have trained staff, but it's really doable.
I'm joking.
I'm not. I'll come. We'll get you set up.
But I mean, it really feels like this is the future, right? And
We hope so.
and maybe at some point in time, even babies need a specific combination of those uh components
Yeah.
that we could hypothetically make for them.
Yeah.
Super
Yeah.
cool.
I think there's applications for donor milk for infants who don't have mom's own milk in excess available. So we're really excited.
Very nice.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much for dropping by the booth and congratulations on your work.
Thanks. It's been a pleasure.
Same.
Our pleasure's all ours. Thanks.
Thank you.